Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm gonna be riding the OwnBoard ZEUS today. It's not gonna be too much of a review video. I just kind of want to ride it and give you my actual opinion. This is not a sponsored video whatsoever. My buddy bought the board full price and he let me borrow it to review it. So let's get on to it and I want to show you some stuff on it. First off, the board is gorgeous. I love how it looks. Normally when they send it to you, this can be any color, remote, sometimes blue, green, orange. I love the carbon fiber. I love that you can see the carbon fiber through the deck right there. I feel like the board overall is just perfect. I did notice that they do have some cutouts because these are where the screws go. Looks kind of funky when you really look into it. You can kind of see where the grip tape's all cut up and everything like that. So I don't know, it's a little setback for me, but I mean, it still looks clean. Underneath, looks badass. This is the dry carbon one. My buddy put some stickers on it, but it does come with this little logo on the bottom already, just not the other stuff. Got the Fresno Skaters sticker on here. Massive motors, massive motors. Real quick, I'll show you what's in the box, even though this isn't really an unboxing video. When you do get it, the one thing I did notice, which is kind of weird, this charger is a 3-amp charger, right? Look how big it is. This thing's pretty massive. I don't know what OwnBoard was thinking when they did these chargers. I don't know. I don't get it. It is lightweight though. It's like probably 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. You also get the extra wheels in here. You get the 97 millimeter 76A. These are super nice, but we're not going to be using these whatsoever. And then they give you the pulleys for them and you get the belts. And then this is the kit that came with the free shred lights if you were one of the first couple 100 orders or something like that. So he got the shred lights. It's going to come with the tool. And then it's also gonna come with the charging cables. And that's pretty much it to do with the box. So let's get onto the board and I wanna ride it and just actually give you my first impressions. Come on, top speed, come on, 36. 36. I wanna go faster. So the very first thing, actually there's a few things that came off the bat as soon as I got on the board. The very first thing that happened to me, the board was completely charged. And I went down the street and I hit the brakes hella fast. The brakes didn't work. What happened was it overvolted. This thing was yelling at me and saying that the controller, or the batteries, I mean, on the skateboard were overvolting. So the brakes stopped working. So that's kind of scary. So be very careful if you live like on the top of the hill and you charge the skateboard and it's fully charged and you decide to go bombing down a hill. Your brakes aren't gonna work. The controller is going to start vibrating at you and flashing and telling you that over voltage because there's too much power going back into the battery because this has regen braking. One of the other second things that I noticed right off the bat as soon as I stood on the skateboard is how smooth it feels. Instantly, the first, I don't know, the first 5 to 10 seconds as soon as you start riding it, it's the smoothest board I have ever been on. And I'm not making that up. This is such a smooth board. We're almost keeping up with traffic. This board is so damn fast. It's insane. I see a lot of YouTubers out there riding this board saying, oh, they don't want to go over 30 miles an hour. And to me, I don't know, man. I feel like people just got to grow some balls and just start riding this skateboard the way it's meant to be ridden. I've got the skateboard up to 36 miles per hour and it's fast, don't get me wrong, it's sketchy and you gotta have some balls to do it, but I mean, come on, ride the skateboard like how it's meant to be done. These trucks that they put on this thing are amazing. I can see why it's so stable at high speeds, because I've been dealing with a lot of double kingpin trucks. My X-Way Atlas has them, my Max Fine has them, I think another skateboard I got has them, I forget which one. And these just work so well. I don't feel sketchy going over 30 miles an hour in the slightest. Like I'm doing 34 right now, 35. So before I actually made this review, I went with the skateboard for probably, I don't know, 5-6 miles around my neighborhood. I was talking about it. I was having a lot of GoPro issues, so I just scrapped the footage. But it really gave me a little bit of like understanding of the board on how it feels and how it is. And I will say that the battery bar hasn't went down at all. And so far I think I've rode it about another 4 miles today. I know it's only 9 miles, but I haven't went down a bar. I've been in turbo mode the whole time. Like, what the hell? Go, ZEUS, go! Hell yeah! These motors are screaming. Another thing too, you're not gonna have any issues with these brakes. There's not a single problem with these brakes. I'll show you right now. So 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that thing stops quick. I will say though, the brakes, the stopping power on it is good, but it's not the best. I've got a lot better boards that had better braking power than the ZEUS board. These will slide depending on where you're at, what speed you're running at, but I've noticed if you're really jamming out and you hit them, they slowly start coming to a creep, and they don't work as good as my X-Way Atlas. That's the best board I can compare it to. These wheels on the skateboard, love them. 120 millimeter cloud wheels. Like, we're going over some rough terrain right now, and it's taking it like a champ. I don't feel like I'm gonna fall off the board. I'm not zigzagging all over the place. I love it. Like, look how bad this road is. This road is hella bad. And it's handling it like a dream. I love it. I went over the worst terrain on this skateboard and it's still holding up pretty damn good. I'm actually in love with this skateboard. If you had a chance to get it on the Black Friday that just passed, you made a very great decision. So after getting used to riding this one for a while, the pickup speed on this one compared to my X-Way Atlas with cloud wheels, both on 120 millimeters, my X-Way Atlas has more torque. Me and my buddy actually raced these two skateboards together, and the X-Way Atlas has way more torque than this skateboard. But this one, once it hits like 32, it just keeps on climbing, whereas my X-Way Atlas at about 30 to 31, it kind of stops. So I would take off on him, but then give it about 5 seconds and he would just fly right by me. I like more top speed than anything, so I would rather take this board. I don't have a lot of hills to go up like some of my other friends that live out in like the Bay Area and stuff. I don't have hills around here. So this is perfectly fine to me. The board car is really nice. I don't really have any bad complaints about it carving. It's not as flexible as some decks, but it is really good. I think the battery on this is almost like 900 watt hours, which is insane. I really think if I owned this board, I would switch out the pulleys, maybe to get a little bit more torque, but still keep some of that high speed on there. I feel like it needs just a little tiny bit more. I mean, because let's just be real, I love top speed, but everywhere that we ride with a group of people, everyone does an average about 15 to 20 miles per hour. So you really don't need to be doing 35 miles per hour the whole time. It's cool, it's definitely fun. That's my style right there. But I feel like for the riding that we do around here, I would probably switch out the pulleys to get a little bit more torque out of the skateboard. But at least I would still want it to hit 30 miles per hour. Dude, I am absolutely in love with this skateboard. I really don't have any cons to say about it, other than the grip tape holes, because they're all over the place for the screws. That's the only complaint that I would have about the skateboard. But I love it. God, I want one myself. Maybe I just won't give it back to my friend, you know? I think the only skateboard that's really gonna beat this one is gonna be the Meepo Hurricane, and it's not gonna beat it in range or nothing like that. It's really gonna beat it off the line on top speed. Man, I just wanna go fast, like Ricky Bobby. These motors are screaming. Man, those motors are making some noise back there. Wow. They're really coming alive. So now I have lost a battery and we're still going. Another good thing too is that your remote is not gonna die before your skateboard dies, because some people that own other skateboards, I've noticed that the remote will actually die faster than the battery will on their skateboard, which is insane. They gotta charge the remote like all the time. So I don't get it. All right, I wanna try this skateboard from a stop and see how fast it is. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. "26, 28, 30, 32, 34. We're moving. All right, so see the brakes, I'm maxed out on the brakes. It still stopped me at the center section right here, but I will say that boards have stopped me faster, way faster. This skateboard is hands down the best skateboard I have ridden in 2021. Going into 2022, I wonder what some skateboard companies are gonna come out with, but this board is insanely good for what it does. Like, I am impressed. So if you guys got one of these skateboards, you guys made the right decision. So keep riding and be safe out there because these things are very dangerous. My buddy that let me borrow this, he is getting surgery on his shoulder after crashing. So shout out to him. And thank you, brother, for letting me borrow the skateboard again. Thanks for letting me take some of your time out of your day and show you my video review. So later.